Hello, it's Nikki. Today's video is another one about passive income because I think it is a brilliant thing. Obviously, if you can be paid when you are not working or you're doing something else, wonderful, great. Money is power. Money gives you options. Money gives you flexibility. And also in some of the hours that I'm working, I'm actually not getting paid because I'm building something. So hashtag self-employed life. But our conversation around income is slightly different. I made a video a little while ago about some of the judgments that we might have about passive income. And today I want to give you a bit more of a real life example of how this can work for you, but also how it can work for your client. So I know lots of people feel a bit icky about making passive income because so many of us are taught to be kind and over deliver and keep doing all of the things. And it's really difficult to then switch mode and say, I am going to just receive all of this money when I am not working. I am going to be okay with the fact that I have created this once and it's going to repay me again and again. For most people, it's like, no, well, I'm not sure. I don't know. There's all sorts of emotions around that. And so what I want to give you an example of today, and you can use this for anything. I'm just using this as an example, and there are so many different people, but this is really specific to me. So Jamie Oliver, he has been somebody that I've followed for years and watched his programs. We've got loads of his books. And the first introduction very much was, I think, for lots of us, observing. He was the first of his kind who was like a man, a bloke, making it cool to cook dinner for his girlfriend, now wife. And it was really great to see, that different flavor, that enthusiasm for what he did. It was relatable. It was a conversation. It felt like we too could go to the supermarket and buy some food. And so that was my first introduction. I got to know him on screen. I don't know him personally. But over time, then the books came. So you started to maybe buy a book, maybe test some recipes, and they just become part of your family life and things like that. And there is one of these recipes that I don't have in a book, but I don't even know where I found it. If I Google it, I know that I can find it. And this is the bit about passive income that is so, so great. He has this recipe called Jules's simple chicken curry, I think. And this curry is excellent. It's a real I sound like I'm writing these recipe books. It's a real crowd pleaser. Because the great thing about it is I've got this massive silver pot, which is perfect for curry. And so there's 4 of us in our house. And then say if there's, my dad and his partner and my brother and his wife and his little girl, we're now kind of creeping up. So we're going into numbers of 9 people. And to plate up 9 meals can sometimes feel quite daunting. But creating food for 9 people that is in a pot feels doable. So this recipe says it's for 6 people. There's more than enough. It's really, really generous. So what I might do is I might do 1.5 versions of this to fill 9 and then maybe have leftovers the next day. Anyway, I digress. So the thing that I'm looking for is really specific. I'm looking for that curry so I can get the recipe. I know I can make it. I can cook it ahead of time and it's great. And here's why I want to talk about it in terms of passive income. Now, Jamie Oliver, presumably, won't get paid for the sale of me buying the book because I'm just Googling it. But there are so many different ways that that one search is contributing to his brand. I don't know if it's on his YouTube channel, but if it was, I must have watched that video so many different times. Maybe something happens with an affiliate, for example, or Google AdSense, or so many different things. So indirectly, by me clicking on that link, he is getting paid. He is growing his business. And yet, I feel so good about what I can gain as a viewer. I have absolutely no problem with him growing his business or things like that. I mean, ultimately, as the customer, I'm getting this experience for free. I have bought lots of books. I have bought lots of his kitchenware and things like that over the years. I've eaten in his restaurants. But ultimately, in that moment, I, as the customer, I'm getting it for free. And maybe he's getting paid in that moment. So I want you to think today about how you are building your personal brand, even when you are not working. So I am talking about passive income as in cash coming into your business, but there are so many measures that we can check, so many different currencies. So maybe it's growing your social media stats. Maybe it's your YouTube channel. Maybe people are joining your mailing list because they love what you have to offer. Maybe it's just an inquiry at this stage and they want to find out more about what you do. I want you to think about how you are using your content and your expertise and what you know about to grow that. Because all these stories about like, well, I don't know if I can get paid if I'm not actually doing it for anybody. It's standing in the way. It's standing in the way for your client and it's standing in the way for you. Because I know when the arrangements, and I certainly found this. So this was one of the things, I don't know, I mean, I've been cooking this curry for years, but it was one of those moments actually. You know, those times when we were in COVID and it was like, well, we'll come down tomorrow if we've all got negative tests. Like if we're all clear, we will come. So quite often I would be waiting for that text to say, yep, we're going to come down. And then I'd go to the shops. And to meal plan with 2 hours to go and having 2 small children at home may not have been the one. But again, I knew I could Google this particular curry recipe and it was going to deliver again and again. And I knew everybody would eat it. That's the thing as well. So I want you to flip this today and reframe it and think about actually how you could serve your ideal clients. And yes, the Brucey bonus might be that you get paid, you get a kickback, something happens, but ultimately your client, your customer, your audience, your viewer absolutely wins. For more resources and ways that I can help you, do check the link down below and I'll see you next time.